Hello everyone, I am SS the Showstopper, and today is the 11th of October 2023. Time is flying, my bills are due. Whatever will I do? Whatever will I do? So today, on a much serious topic, the last video I did was the bizarre case of Minister Phillip Paulwell and the disappearance of his child's mother and the baby, and the bodies that were turned up burnt were discovered to be Miss Toshina Patterson and Shariah. I think her name is Shariah, the baby. Shariah Paulwell was a daughter and the baby mother of Phillip Paulwell. Now I've watched an interview that the suspect, Leoda Bradshaw, who is the other mother of Phillip Paulwell's child, um, I've watched an interview with her mother, Miss Leoda Bradshaw's mother, speaking, and all I can say is it was very, very odious. The interview was very, very disgusting. The interview was very, very repulsive. And I say that to say this. I listened. Now, there were some key things that she spoke about in the interview with Shelley and Coran. She went on her program, and this is all strategic. If you notice, there are certain behavior patterns that you can pick up on a person just by them talking, not even meeting them or seeing them. There are certain things that you can pick up about a person's character, about a person's personality trait. Not only that, she introduced herself and she spoke about the situation, but she was basically giving glory to Shelley and of watching her program all the time and all of that, and saying that she would want to come on it, she'd want to this and she'd want to that. If we know what tea time is all about, and Shelley, and I'm sorry, in reference to politics and what she speaks about when she raised the topic or the issue or the gossip of politics, you will get a feel of what I'm speaking of when I said you can tell a lot about a person's personality just by them talking. And this woman came on and she was glorifying Shelley and tea time and listening to her, and decide that was the great platform for her to speak on. Now she is saying that Phillip Paulwell is setting up her daughter, who is Leoda Bradshaw, the mother, who is a suspect in the murder, the disappearance, murder, and burnt of the body of Toshina Patterson and baby. She's saying that Phillip Paulwell sets up her daughter and yada, yada, yada. However, let's get into the microcosm of it, because there are some jottings that I made that stood out to me. She said that her daughter took a flight and she came to Jamaica. She didn't want anybody to know that she was in Jamaica. She didn't want anybody to know that she was in Jamaica. And Phillip Paulwell had said they are not together. He and her are not together and stuff like that. So she was questioning why was her daughter there if they're not together and all of that. You understand? There are certain things that stood out. She said she left her daughter with her little friend, her little classmate, her little friend classmate, something like that, mother, and came to Jamaica. And she wanted to leave, and he said, or the family member of Phillip Paulwell said, she had to stay there and be there for him. And the mother was questioning, is Phillip Paulwell a child? Why you abandon your child or leave your child in the US? I'm paraphrasing. Why you abandon your child and leave your child in the care of someone who's a complete stranger to come and spend time with Phillip Paulwell and stuff like that. And there are some things that stood out, and I'm going to tell you what stood out. You understand me? Also, she spoke about another thing. I made some jottings. She said that her daughter was going to the police. Her daughter was going to make a report to the police and let them know that there's a camera in the car, that they should take a look at it. Phillip Paulwell said no. She wasn't supposed to go to any police, but at the same time, he went to the police and gave statement of what he knows or his position in the whole entire matter and stuff like that. She also said that they can tamper with DNA, because if, in case you don't know, DNA test is not done in Jamaica. It matters not. It's not done in Jamaica. It probably pay for in Jamaica, but it's not done in Jamaica. It's done overseas. So she was saying that her daughter was saying that DNA tests can be tampered with. So as to make certain that Phillip Paulwell is not the father of the child, they were trying to lure her. They were trying to lure Miss Patterson to do a DNA test. So when she does the DNA test, because according to her, Paulwell was giving the female 40,000 monthly for the baby, and he hasn't seen the baby, according to her daughter's statement, who is Leoda. According to her daughter's statement, Phillip Paulwell haven't seen the child. She wanted a DNA test, so she wanted to lure Tashina Patterson into getting a DNA test done, and that's when she decided that she was going to meet with her in the evening. According to her, it was in the evening that she was going to meet with her. However, the disappearance, or her reported missing, was in the morning and stuff like that. She said also that Phillip Paulwell, the news report is saying that he went jogging the morning, and the mother is saying that's a lie. He didn't went jogging anywhere because he was in distress. He was having diarrhea. He was having this. So at what point would he get up to decide to go jogging? And people are supporting the argument and trying to make him look innocent and whatnot, and he's actually not. Now, my question is, Leoda Bradshaw is not the wife of Phillip Paulwell. I get to understand that his wife left him. I don't know if they're divorced, because, like I said, much information is not given. She's not the wife of Phillip Paulwell. I get to understand that he has 10 kids, or for multiple women, or 10 different women, multiple women he has kids for. So Miss Bradshaw would have had a ticket number in that counting. What gives you the right to lure a female who is said to be the mother of his child into doing a DNA test? What gives you the right to think that would be an okay situation to do? You are a ticket number just like any other baby mother that he has. So what gives you any form of audacity, any form of impudence to think that is okay for you to lure a mother, one of the mother of his child, into getting a DNA test done? And not only that, planning to rig the DNA test, saying that links everywhere and it's who you know and things can be done. If you are going through that extra mile to prove that the child is not his, and he agrees to it, whether you and him partake in such conspiracy or partake in such plot, it shows the mentality of your daughter. It shows the mentality. And your argument, miss, you are without remorse. You are without empathy. That's why I said your behavior is absolutely disgusting, the way you speak. No, you had no tone of a mother when speaking about, you're referring to the dead female as gal. You know what she said, she said you understand what I'm saying? There is nothing in your tone that speaks of a mother. And for those who don't know, mothers have a tone. Once you have a child and you're a mother, there's a tone when you speak about children. There's a tone when you speak about a dead woman and a baby. There's a tone. The mother of Leoda Bradshaw, you had no tone. You lost all motherly instinct. It's like everything. And understand that you have an abstract defense for your daughter to protect her and to maintain her innocence. And people are saying that you are innocent until proven guilty. No, you are not. You are presumably innocent. You know what presumably mean? You are presumably innocent until proven guilty. That's what the law is, the Constitution is. And as a matter of fact, I think in every continent, you're presumably innocent until found guilty in a court of law. You spoke with absolutely no remorse. What kind of mother would want to plot to lure a woman into getting a DNA test done to find out, and you are not his wife? And I said it in my previous video that if you are with someone for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, and I consider a prison sentence if you're unmarried. If you choose to do that amount of time with someone unmarried, you are still single. A lot of persons didn't like what I said. They say that you are in a relationship. No, you are not. Because if you get up and you date someone else tomorrow and next week you decide that you're going to be with someone else, whether it be for a week or for one night or for 6 months, are you in a relationship? No, you are not. If I decide to sleep with someone tonight and sleep with someone else tomorrow night, am I in a relationship? No, I am not. So this is the reason you are single under law and morality. You are single until married. You are single until married. Now, if you feel personal guilt because you decided that you were going to live with this person for how long or stay in a relationship with them for how long, and you weren't married or you didn't get a ring, and you were convinced that you don't need to be married and marriage is garbage because that's what the person told you or that's what you were raised to believe, then that's on you. But it's not going to change the reality. A lot of people like fantasy because it gives them a euphoric feeling. They give them a personal ease about the situation that they're living in. But there's something called the harsh reality. And the harsh reality is that you are single until you are married. Now, we understand, yes, a person can like you, love you, care for you, want to be there for you. Why they don't marry you? Why don't make it official? Why not make it something between two rather than something potentially among many? Miss Bradshaw, you weren't married. I also hear the mother said that the woman, the other girl, because that's how she referred to her as the gal, the other girl, that, you understand me? That's Patterson, Tashina Patterson, the other baby mother who has turned up dead. Refer to her. That's how she referred to her. She sent Leoda so many pictures of Phillip Paulwell with so many people, with boys, and she was going to this and she was going to that, come forward and speak. And this is the reason she is dead, saying that, like steering the conversation to say Phillip Paulwell is the one who plot to murder or conspire to murder Miss Patterson and not her daughter. You understand? And it says a lot. Not only that, the mother of Bradshaw also said, ask why his wife left him. His wife left him because he was in relations with young men. He was in sexual relations with young men. Now, this man is a homosexual. If he's in relationship with men, he's in intimate relations with men, sexual relations with men. He's a homosexual, which would lead to my next question. Why is your daughter getting involved with a man? Why did Patterson herself get herself involved? Unless she didn't know, but I get to understand a lot of people are aware of it. It's no secret. But why would your daughter Bradshaw get herself involved with a man who is a known homosexual? If he's intimate with boys and he like boys, and they're saying that he's basically a pansexual because he goes with anybody. Sometimes the little scrawny or whatever it is words she used to describe the other females and males we get with, how they look. He will lie with anyone and saying all these kind of caustic things about the minister. If such is even the case, why is your daughter sexually involved with a homosexual? And you're having unprotected sex, because in order for her to get pregnant, and for the late Miss Patterson to get pregnant, it clearly means that you guys were having unprotected sex with this man. So you are throwing your health away, you are throwing your safety away, and you're also throwing your freedom away. I'm thinking that if you can lure a woman into getting a DNA test done, you can commit murder. If you are with a man and you're saying that he's a long-time partner of yours, and this guy has many baby mothers, this guy was married, he has many baby mothers, you understand me? And you decide that you are going to be with this guy, you are going to stay with him, and you're going here, you're going there, you speak of places that you have been with him and stuff like that, and you heard that he has another baby out there, and you are willing to lure this woman into and trick her into getting a DNA test done just to show that he is not the father, because you don't want her to be a part of Phillip Paulwell's life or that baby to be a part of his life, so you can get a mental ease. So if it means to rig the DNA test, then that's a chance that you're willing to take in order to be the only person, to be the apple of his eye. You will commit murder. That's a mind frame. That's where the point I'm getting at. That's a mind frame of a person who will have an intention to do great damage. Because that intention is also great damage. That intention, you went all the way out to get people to come on board with you, to lure this person that you heard is pregnant. The guy is not your, it's not your husband. You understand? He's known to be with other persons and he's known to be a homosexual. So what the hell? This is what I'm talking about when you are mentally ill, because this can't be sanity. You know, the guy is a homosexual. He goes with men. He lies with women. He goes with men. You are aware of this. So what's happening here? And I said, as I said in my previous video, Bradshaw, you are not an ugly female. You're not an unattractive female. So what's happening here? What am I looking at? What am I looking at? You can't find another man. You're in a Navy, a post officer in the Navy, and there's no man known to you. Every single man in the Navy there is taken or is gay. So you couldn't find anybody. It's Mr. Paulwell that was the apple of your eyes also. So there's no way out. There is no way out. You see the discombobulation? It's like a whole quagmire open up. And everybody feeling for something. Is that a plot twist? We're not getting, because the mother is trying to create a plot twist, right? I understand that she's giving information and stuff like that, but it's also still not making your daughter look good, because it says her personality without even psychiatric evaluation, her character is being brought to the forefront. You're willing to lure a woman to do a DNA test. And people are going to say, oh yeah, I'm acting so unbothered. And if it was me, I would feel like this. And if it was me, I would want to know this. No, I'm one of those type of females out there. Listen to me. I'm one of those type of females out there who, I'm not from this world. I'm from a different place, because guess what? I'm so forward thinking that if you don't take me serious, you simply don't take me serious. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't take me serious and it's proven in your action, you can't open your mouth and tell me you love me and I believe it. Prove all things. If you love me, you have to demonstrate that. I have to see evidence of your love. Now, if you don't, and if you cannot provide any evidence of loving me, I'm not going to take you serious, and nobody can get me to take you serious. That's how I think. That's how I function. I'm not going to sit down and do more than a year with a guy who hasn't had me a ring to show that he's willing to commit to me in some way. I'm not doing it. Have I done it before? Yes, I've done it before. Once. You understand me? Would I do it again? No. No. How long was the relationship? 2 years going 3. Did I see him as someone I would marry? No. Maybe that's the reason I didn't. You see what's happening here? When the person don't see you as the reason for them to want to marry you, they're simply not going to. So when you're with someone and it's for 18 years and say, that's my wife already, I don't need to marry her. That's my wife. That's simply because they don't see you as the person that they want to marry. You understand why a guy will be with you for 15 years, 20 years, and then when you and him end, in 3 months later, he marry the next person? You know why? Because he didn't see you as the type of person that he wanted to marry. Somebody did not see someone as a potential lifetime partner. And that's the reason for that. They go with the flow and they give you a longevity because they stay searching. People who are married stay searching, much less people who are unmarried. You understand me? I can't see why in the life of me, a female would want to commit murder. I spoke about it so many times, about being with a master manipulator, a grade A narcissist, a liar who wasted my time and my energy. Wasted it. That person had children. And I never ever considered in my life to lift Astronomer. And I know his kids, I could have lured them. I have access to them. I know everything about them. I could have lured them. I could have sent someone to do this. It has never come to my mind to hurt Astronomer here. Astronomer here on their head. It has never come to my mind to hurt Astronomer here on his head. It has never come to my mind to hurt Astronomer here on his children's mother's head. Because I just consider myself way too important to reduce it or to reduce me to that wicked and cruel act. Like I could understand, and I want to say I could understand, but I can't. If this woman is harassing you, or if it's a case wherein she was harassing you, there's law enforcement. If there are people who create fake account, this, that, there's cybercrime unit at law enforcement that you can get yourself involved with or make a report of, and they investigate the matter and stuff like that. There's a lawsuit that you can file. So had it been that you can exercise other angles and other avenues rather than going out. That man was not your husband. You had no right to lure her. And if it was a wife, would she have a right to lure her? I don't think she had a right, but she had a privilege. She would have a privilege. I don't know if it's a right, but I know she would have had a privilege because what? Her responsibility is to her husband. So she has to give an account. She can sign off on anything on his behalf. He can sign off on some things on her behalf. You understand? So there are certain things and privileges that take place. If he gets himself in any sort of issues, whether it be legally or anything like that, his wife can be held accountable also. So if he was married to her and she decided that she's going to lure or trick the woman into getting a DNA, she doesn't have a right either. But there's a privilege that she has that she can do and possibly get away with it, being as she is the wife, because she wants to know what's up. Money is involved to take care of a child. She doesn't want to know that it's her husband's money that is being used then to take care of a child that's potentially not his, or her money intertwined with his that she is going to use, because she can sue the baby mother and get it back. That's the power of being a wife, in case a lot of people don't know the privileges or the rights that come with being a wife. That's one of them. So I could understand in that regard if it was a wife, if Bradshaw was the wife and they were living together wholesome and they were doing this, and Paulwell created this melee. However, she wasn't the wife, and even if you were the wife, it gives you absolutely no right to commit murder. It would have given you absolutely no right or privilege or any access, opportunity to conspire to commit murder. Remember, I talk about these women are just some penis-hungry demon, wherein you will do anything in the book for a penis. You guys will do. I'm scared. I keep my distance when it comes to women, when it comes to black women, when it comes to how they behave and function, because a lot of them preach this independency. A lot of them preach this autonomy. A lot of them preach this, I can do this without a man, I am willing, I am this, I am that, and all these things. I'm educated, or I'm this, I'm grown, I'm that, I'm unbothered, I'm this and I'm that. And at the end of the day, they are the ones who are doing some dangerous things to have a man in their bed at night, to have that man saying, you are the only one for me, you are the one I want, to have that man looking at you and only you. It is crazy, and I want no part of it. And if it means, listen to me, you see all those men on the internet who are saying all of these things, and I'm going off on a tangent right now for a little while and getting back to the point. It will be relatable. Stay with me. You see all those men on the internet who come and they talk about black women in the most disastrous and in the most despicable way and catastrophic way. All those men, 99.99% of them were raised by a single black woman. They were raised by a single parent household who happens to be a black woman. And a lot of times, this is what black mothers teach their sons, that women are whore, women are gold diggers, they're going to eat out your money, you must be a gallus or a womanizer. That's a Jamaican term. A gallus is a Jamaican term for a womanizer. They teach their sons these kind of things. They engrave it in them not to respect women, only respect her as the mother, only care about her. So when they grow up now, they have no respect for women because their mother is a reflection. They have no respect. They want They want women and women and women and women, because guess what? That's the life their mother lived. Their mother was a ticket number. So they want a ticket number type of female or ticket number type of relationship. They don't want anything that's respectful. They don't want anything that's wholesome. They don't want anything that's meaningful. And they bring a whole lot of people in their misery along with them based on what their mothers were teaching them. Hence, the situation that comes into play with the whole melee circling Paulwell, circling the baby mother Bradshaw, circling Patterson. This is what takes place. You understand? When a lot of these people are raised in certain households, they are taught a lot of these kind of things by black women. They teach a lot of things that are just evil, unbecoming about other women. I've seen them on the internet and they say a lot of things. You will see a photo of a woman and another woman complimenting her and saying that she's beautiful or she's pretty. No, she's not pretty. They're ready to claw the woman out through a photo. That's how they behave. And this is the reason I try my best to stay as far as away from them as possible or as much as I can. You understand me? If it's not platonic, if it's not business related, I just don't want no part of it because their behavior is unbecoming. They fight, they want to do all these kind of things. They want to tear down other women. They want to get into, and they are like that. And because simply don't have the time to handpick this one to say, oh, this one is so different. This one is so different. I just stay away from all of you. And a lot of men like to have misery and bring a lot of women in their misery. You understand me? If you're a homosexual, go be a homosexual. It's 2023. Now is a perfect time for black men who want to live their life openly, free to live their life openly. There are so many homosexual politicians who are out there, whether it's a public business or not. It's the concern of who they're engaged with. So if minister is living a double life with these women, what the hell? And now it doesn't seem to me that he was living a double life with these women because it seemed as if they were aware. They were aware of what he was doing. And they just decide that they're going to have sex, unprotected sex with a man who is a homosexual. And I just consider the act despicable. It's a despicable act. Why would you want to engage or take that risk? Take that risk when there's HIV going out there. There's rampant STDs. There are so many things out there. Why would you want to take the chance to be having unprotected sex with a man who is a homosexual? Why? And I'm not calling anybody any bisexual. Listen to me. I don't have time for foolishness. Why would you go out there and put yourself at that risk when there are so many people on the earth that you can get involved with? It's not like you were lying with this person out of ignorance. You lie with him knowing that you were informed about certain things about him. And then being that close to him, you would have heard the argument and the saying about his lifestyle. This is Leoda Bradshaw mother speaking. You see why I'm saying that you went on the interview. It did not make yourself look good. You actually had no remorse either for the dead. You had no remorse, no sympathy for a 10-month-old baby who died. It seemed as if you don't care and you're glad and you're happy or I don't give a F about her or anything like that. You just have this abstract defense for your daughter, and you're going about it in an aggressive tone and stuff like that. And it just seems rather disgusting. It seems rather disgusting. I care zero. I'm not concerned with the lifestyle or his sexual prowess or whatever, but he should have been concerned about it because here lies a quagmire that he puts himself in. I like to use that term. Here lies this problem that he puts himself in that he can't seem to crawl out of. Can't seem. And something is very wrong. Why something as serious as this, and I don't hear any other politicians expressing disbelief, shock and awe, empathy. I don't see any other politician expressing it, and I'm wondering what's really happening here. This is like the Twilight Zone. I don't see any other politician opening their mouth and saying anything. And all I got to say, my conclusion to all of this is, Mr. Paulwell, he has a problem. He has a problem. And if he doesn't stop in everything, I was having this discussion the other night with a friend. And I was saying in everything, a person is free to live their life how they want, but in everything, there's limitation and restraint, self-restraint, self-control. That's why you're human and not animals, because animals don't express self-control. Animals really don't. You understand me? Human beings do. So in everything out there, there's restraint, there's self-control, there's a limitation. You don't eat everything that's on the table. You take portion of it and you eat at a certain time period. And then you allow the food to digest. If hunger comes again, then you go ahead. You understand me? Everything, even in sexual intercourse or any sexual activity, there's limitations. You're taking a risk when you don't know or you don't practice any form of limitation. Hence the problem that you have on your hand right now to deal with. I don't know how this is going to I don't want to use the word play out, but that's obviously what's going to take place. I don't know how this is going to play out, but it's not looking good on Mr. Paulwell, and it's certainly not looking good on Bradshaw. And you can bring up the conspiracy or the distraction around it and all this thing because people are saying that something else is taking place. They are using this to distract us and using all of these things to distract us from something else that's taking place, which can be true, which might be true, which probably is true, which is true. However, the killing of a baby and the mother is not something that should sit well with people or be tolerated. Bradshaw is a beautiful woman. Probably some screws are missing, and she probably should have consulted a spin doctor because you're going above and beyond, doing way too much for someone penis that belongs in every hole. It was one of those bizarre cases that you just need to be put in the X files. I'm not gonna speak on who is guilty from who is innocent. However, it's not looking good on either of you. That's all I have to say about it. And there's a lot of personal growth that needs to be done. And the mother also speak on being a Christian, and I'm looking at it and I'm saying this, being a Christian. I know someone very close who profess to be a Christian and display similar behavior. Similar, but I digress. That's all I have to say about it. I hope this case will be solved. I hope the killers will be brought to justice. And if it is Bradshaw, I hope you face the penalty. And if it's Phillip Paulwell, I hope he face the penalty. And whatever it is, may the chips fall where they may. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day and may God bless you. Bye-bye.